That's why they worked even harder to find a way to silence me. What happens when you're the greatest at the beginning? Nobody wants you to open up for them because you're going to make them look inferior. And you have to be able to headline every show.
Jaguar Wright has made waves in the media by alleging that Oprah Winfrey was involved in a sickening plan related to Sean Diddy Combs following his recent legal troubles and arrests. In her accusations, Wright suggests that Oprah has played a role in covering up or facilitating some of the controversial activities attributed to Diddy over the years.
Those doors do not open. That's how it works. Someone like me is a great danger, huge danger, because not only am I outspoken, and not only do I still have the stamina to go at this thing at the rate that I go at it, pushing 50. They're pissed because I won't break. That encourages people to do what?
Jaguar Wright is known for her fiercely outspoken personality, particularly when it comes to exposing what she sees as the darker, exploitative side of the entertainment industry.
How are these people able to keep going on with the career?
What do you mean?
Doing these heinous crimes.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just saying.
You ain't never had a boy that you know did a whole bunch of dirt and you let him make it? You telling me that never happened? You never had somebody in your life who you know was dirty, who you know did dirt, and you let him make it?
I see what you're saying, but...
Think about that on a corporate level.
Right.
R. Kelly was the first corporately sponsored pedophile in the United States. Everybody knew. That's why I couldn't really watch that documentary, because half of the people that was in there, I can't believe he did it. You used to go get the bitch too. I watched you, dog.
Wright boldness is not just limited to naming names. She dives deep into what she perceives as systemic exploitation, particularly of women in the industry.
All of this gay agenda has to stop. To be homosexual is one thing. To be a gay person is fine. But to use it to manipulate and brainwash society for the purpose of population control or class control, caste system domination, that's not what, that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Isn't that just being inclusive? Like, hey, we're trying to include everybody into our agenda.
No, it's not being inclusive. What it is just being covertly domineering.
Her fearlessness in speaking against giants of the industry, even at the risk of her own reputation, underscores her determination to shine a light on what she believes are significant injustices.
What did you know that was going on in the world of Diddy?
He's a sex worker. He's got guns and he's got semen-coated fucking VHS tapes.
Is that something normal that happens in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Freak-offs.
Yeah. Everybody know that. I've been saying it.
So do you feel like people, when they hear pink cocaine, Young Miami has to bring her?
Now, gay men have been using this for years. See, back in the day, if you went to a gay party or a gay rave, there were certain drugs that you would always find on hand. Viagra, ecstasy, Special K, and cocaine. Now see, the cocaine keep you up all night, but unfortunately, it gives you limp noodle. So that's why you have the Viagra. Now see, the ketamine, that's a horse tranquilizer, so that relaxes all your muscles. You wouldn't feel it?
Dr. Omar has raised concerns about Oprah Winfrey's overwhelming influence in Hollywood, suggesting that no one wants to be on the wrong side of her due to her vast power. How do you think Oprah's power impacts celebrities' willingness to speak out against her?
These guests are canceling their interviews because they don't want to get blacklisted by Oprah. Who wants to be on the wrong side of Oprah in Hollywood? Who wants to be on the wrong side of Tyler Perry in Hollywood? Who wants to be on the wrong side of Steve Harvey in Hollywood? And as a result of that,
Hollywood has long been associated with a dark underbelly of scandals, misconduct, and exploitation, and these allegations often involve huge names.
Kevin Brown and Andre Brown, and he was later on 30 Rock, but they would come to us and they would tell us about vanity and losing your mind in Hollywood and be careful. And they came back from Hollywood to try and expand us. And they sat us down and they're like, you ain't gonna believe what we saw. And I'm like, what did you see? And they said, we saw so-and-so, huge name, so-and-so, huge name, and so, big name back in the day, chicken hawking at a party. And I went, what? See, you're white. I said, what's chicken hawking? Everyone he's white. He don't know chicken. I said, what's chicken hawking? That's when you hanging out with boys that are transvestites. I went, what?
Diddy's recent arrest stems from explosive allegations brought by his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who accused him of physical mistreatment.
Well, it's about time. Diddy was just arrested. So according to TMZ, Diddy was arrested and taken to federal custody in New York Monday night. Sources tell the outlet Homeland Security swooped into a Midtown hotel late Monday where Diddy was staying and they arrested him. I literally just saw footage of Diddy taking photos with fans with his children in Harlem. They said, we have unconfirmed reports that feds are searching his hotel room. TMZ continues that they're told that Diddy was taken to the FBI field office in Manhattan. It appears the action was taken in connection with the ongoing criminal investigation in the alleged trafficking and other offenses that led to search warrants of his New York home, LA home, and Miami home. According to Diddy's attorney, he tells TMZ, we're disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man, and proven philanthropist.
Cass's friend provided key evidence in the case, corroborating her claims and leading to Diddy's arrest after a video of his mistreatment. Cassie's bravery in coming forward could mark a pivotal moment in how Hollywood addresses abusive behavior.
Standing in the living room area, and she's there. And he was like, emotional singing, there you are. And I just was like, oh, he's talking to me. And I remember, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside. And I remember looking in his eyes and I said to him, what did y'all do? Because I could see that she was really sedated. That was the first time I ever seen her high before. And then he says, tell your girl she wants some birthday. And we were like, well, I mean, he's saying this to me, and I'm like, well, she doesn't have to have sex with you if she doesn't want to. He was upset, I guess that she didn't want to do with him whatever he wanted. I don't know. I don't feel like I could advocate for myself in that moment. I realized oh, this guy is...
Robert Redford has been vocal about Hollywood's systemic issues, arguing that revealing the truth about his dark side is becoming harder than ever.
It's not easy. I'll tell you that. It's not easy. The threats are enormous, and because success breeds a lot of attention. And some of the attention is good. Obviously, you want it. And some of the attention is not good. It's inflated. And if you buy into that, then I think it begins a downward slide. So I guess the way to keep your balance is to not be, I don't live in Hollywood. I live away. I try to keep a separate life that is more real on a daily basis. Otherwise, if I gave myself completely over to show business, I think I'd be lost.
Yes. Do you think that we always need to have the truth?
Yes. I think it's essential. We have to have the truth. And that getting to the truth is harder and harder in society today because of all the kind of the assault on our senses with media and technology. It's hitting us from so many angles. It's telling us so many stories at the same time. It's hard for the public to really understand where's the truth, but I think the truth is essential. And I've always felt that the best way to get to the truth was through journalism. That's why I'm a big fan of journalism.
Oprah Winfrey has faced allegations of mistreating celebrities for decades.
One of the biggest reasons we need to talk about Oprah Winfrey again was because of her friendship with John of God, a spiritual healer who believed he could channel the spirits of doctors and saints. And he would perform surgeries on people with his bare hands and scissors. Not to mention, John of God also literally essayed hundreds of different young girls and women, ranging from the ages of 9 to 67. And some of his victims included his own daughter and her daughter, his granddaughter. And he was also running a ring, selling newborns to childless couples for $50,000, all while being a...
Monique alleged that Oprah snitched on her, effectively sabotaging her career.
He said, if you don't want me to have your brother on the show, I will cancel the show. No show will happen. But I wanted to call you up to see how you felt first. When I hung up that phone, brother, I looked at my husband, I said, that bitch is all right with me. That's a real.
She kept it
because she didn't have to call me up. She didn't have to say my brother was coming. She could have just ran with shit and let it happen. I dig her for that. Now I begin to see commercials with my brother, my mother, my father, and my other brother. Say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are. She said to me, she says, oh, I say that to everybody. Well, then what does that make you? Everybody reminds you of you? Or do you just say things in the moment? So when I say to our community, I know Oprah Winfrey when the curtains are closed. I know her when the cameras aren't running. That's why Oprah Winfrey does not want to sit down publicly with me nor my husband to have a conversation, because within minutes, the community would know who Oprah Winfrey really was, because what she's not used to is anybody asking her any questions. I'm the deliverer, I'm the author, I'm the authority of all life and all beings, and I know it all.
Oprah conducted an infamous interview with the alleged victims of Michael Jackson. Many view this as an attempt to further tarnish Jackson's reputation.
No, but in that statement, the reason why I made that, and it, like, people, like, you can read into it however you want to make. I made that to really more to poke at the media, because the fact that I'm saying we don't keep the same energy. I still ain't seen I have not seen Harvey Weinstein's mugshot. Every time a rapper, every time a black man gets arrested, where the college ladies' mugshots, the Aunt Becky and them?
Oprah's long-standing association with controversial figures has fueled allegations that she aligns herself with them to maintain her power base.
Started out giving a week's pay. I remember that. Because when I had my very first job in television, my first boss, Harold Crump, called us up and gave us a week's pay for Christmas. And so I did that every year after I had my own employees.
25
2 months is a lot.
We have a lot to talk to you about, Oprah. We're going to start with, because you've been making news lately about the documentary involving.
I try not to make news.
But you decided to take your name off the documentary involving Russell Simmons and his alleged abuse of women. And I think people question, why would Oprah, of all people, do that?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I have lived Me Too since I was 9 years old and was raped at 9, sexually assaulted from 9 to 14, and then raped again at 14. And nothing is harder than standing up for yourself when you're 14 and not being believed. And I was not believed by my own family.
Oprah, don't get me wrong. I think she's a wonderful woman. I think she's a powerful force of good and positive energy.
But you ain't no Elon.
But she also brought us Dr. Oz and The Secret. We have to remember what this lady has done.
She has to be held accountable.
I forgive her, but I mean, cut the shit. The Secret is a particularly egregious offense.
What, you don't believe